Hey there, everybody. This is Artful Amber. I'm coming to you live, well, making a video for Wind River. Using things to make artwork that you probably have at home. And today we'll be making funky collages, and I'll be using scissors and magazines that I have on hand, and I'm sure you have magazines that you probably have thought, well, I need to get rid of these. Well, don't, because you can use these to have a lot of fun with. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing you need to do is just find some interesting images. This is one of Shannon's favorite magazines, and I'm gonna break her heart and tear a page out of it. So I like this cabbage, and I'm going to take that, just tear it out, tear the page out. Now, I could have just cut that little cabbage out of the magazine and left that page in, but then after a while, after doing that, I wound up having a bunch of scraggly pages in my magazines, and if you just go ahead and tear the page out, then your magazines don't get all scraggly, all messy. I taught high school for a number of years, and after a while, yes, your magazines become very messy. Okay, so I found a piece of fruit, a vegetable, and I found this person's face that looks interesting. So I'm going to tear her out, just because I like her face, her expression. There we go. And that's all I'm going to use for right now. Our state magazine has a lot of interesting images. That the next thing you want to do is cut carefully around your images. I can get that extra out. Carefully cut around. And try not to have a lot of extra paper. Now, I'm gonna include her hair in this, but you don't have to, because I'm gonna do something kind of fun with it in a little bit. Okay, so I want to get as close to the edges as I can. It's not perfect. I would be a little more controlled, but I want to get this done. Okay, so there's my pretty girl. All right, and then I'm going to cut out this cabbage. Okay, I'm back. With this one, I don't have to be so precise because it's got some wavy leaves surrounding it, so I can be a little more generous with my cut. There we go. Now, I'm gonna let my girl eat this cabbage. Oh, and the name of this project is called Funky Collage. Let me zoom in a little bit. There you go. Now, she's gonna eat this cabbage. Well, that's kind of awkward. Huh. So what if I do this? I'm gonna start at the ear, because that's where our jawline starts. And I'm gonna come down and cut right underneath her teeth, the line of her top teeth. Come back up and follow the line of her jaw, okay? So now she's got an opening where her mouth is. So I can pretend like she's talking. Hello, everybody. And now I can stick that cabbage in there, maybe like that. Oop. Oop. There we go. Now she is gnashing down on that cabbage. Can you see that? She is chowing down on that cabbage. Okay. Now, one other thing you can do with faces that have a lot of hair, you can give them a new hairstyle. You can bring her hair in closer and give her see. Sorry. Okay, that's not very good, but you get the gist. You can rearrange her hair. She totally looks different. So now she has this look about her. She looks much younger. But she still likes cabbage. As long as I've got her teeth still showing, or her top lip still showing, and it's overlapping that bottom lip, then you can see that it looks like she's eating. Kind of funky, huh? And then at this point, if you like what you've done, then you can glue that down. You can use a glue stick, you can use Elmer's glue, just something simple. This you can use for just for fun. You can do this with family photos. If you have a lot of extras, you can do all sorts of things with family photos while you've got time on your hands. You can do all sorts of stuff. Let me show you this image. Get back down to, okay, so this is a flower that I've cut apart, and it's got a little bee. I've cut it apart. So Um, there we go. And I have a little puppy dog, a little boxer dog. You can see him. And I did the same thing with him, except I cut around his snout. So when you open him up, it looks like he could be barking. You see that? Well, with him, what I'll do is I'll put him over top of the bee. You notice it's not completely covered. As you can see, the tips of the wings, but at this point you're not really noticing it. And then I overlap the bottom of this flower so that it hides the bottom of the puppy. And then I put the top of his head back on. And now it looks like he's sitting in a flower. And I made a little conversation bubble. For him to, sorry about that, for him to ask you if you want to chill. And this is something you can do on a greeting card, especially right now when you can't get close to your loved ones. Maybe you can create silly conversation collages, silly funky collages to send to your loved ones, using your pets' images, using your own images, using images from magazines. I've got a couple of others I'll show you. This is a gentleman, I call him Mr. Cool Dude. So then there's Mr. Cool Dude, but then what happens if I switch his jaw with that of a lamb, a goat? It's still, you can still tell it's a mouth. And then I take my goat and switch his mouth with the gentleman's jaw. Kind of strange. But then you switch it, we put it back together, and we'll let our goat eat some okra. Some okra. There we go. All right. And then we'll let our gentleman just laugh at you. And he can eat an orange, or he can open up really wide and have a piece of cake, or he can just really say something loud and funny, and so you would write words that are really big letters. You can switch out body parts. You can do all sorts of things with different people. Okay, so you can also use other people's artwork. Here is Shakespeare, or is that George Washington? I'm not sure. but I like the graphics, the real strong lines, and how you can open the mouth up and line those lines up again. And here is that cake again. It's been eaten. I'll tell you what, I've been playing with that all day. It's a wonder that piece of cake is still in one piece. Well, there you have it. Funky collages. Lay everything down. You can layer. You can put this on top of images. You can do backgrounds. These are flowers. You can get those in the background. That might add more interest, maybe not for this one, but maybe for the goat or the bee. But you can do all sorts of stuff. Just have fun with it. Once you've gotten what you like, maybe share some of these images at Wind River with Shannon and me. Thank you. You all stay safe, stay home, and keep in touch. I love you.